Yet a handful survived. The few who did fled north and west, and in doing so discovered two things that would forever shape our fates. The first was an old legend revealing how to make your very own mother crystal.
I've heard that one before.
Yes, yet it gave them new hope, however false. Our ancestors convinced themselves that they could recreate the divine if they could only find a strong enough heart. A living being capable of channeling torrents of ether. And the heavens provided.
A dominant yes.
They'd stumbled across a nostrum in an ancient ruin, which they believed could provoke a sudden outpouring of a creature's ether. They meant to enrage his icon. Leviathan would have destroyed everything, had our people not made their second important discovery. A means to stop time itself.
Where did they find that? The Northerners had no such magics, or they would have used them.
When our ancestors first arrived, the land was uninhabited, save for an old witch who lived on the highest peak. Her body had been consumed by the curse, a cruel payment for her long years of service to the Northern Thanes. So desperate were they to prevent the fall of Drake's Eye, they'd forced her to devise a spell to stop time.
But Drake's Eye did fall.
It did. When she finally perfected the necessary magics, it was already too late. As punishment for her failure, the Thanes exiled her to this forsaken place to live out the few days she had left. Knowing her suffering, our ancestors cared for her as best they could, and in return, she gifted them her spell. That even though she should die, her legacy might live on. So armed with both the knowledge of the ancients and the secrets of time, our ancestors settled upon an ambitious plan. They would create a new Mother Crystal and enchant it that it might endure for all eternity. Thus would our people's wandering, our suffering, finally end, and prosperity visit us once more.
Sucks.
And all it would require was the sacrifice of a single child. A small price to pay, or so they believed.
Another victim of man's blind reliance on the Mother Crystals. So we know the seal source. How do we break it and restore the flow of time?
Do you recall the dome of light on top of the cliffs to the west? Inside lie the ruins of an old temple. It was there that the witch built the Vare, a conduit of sorts that channels her remaining ether into the surge. But it's been a long time since anyone set foot in the place. And now, There are others who claim it as their own.
Then we shall go prepared for a fight. That said, it may be best if one of us stays behind.
You think the village could be in danger?
We saw the ether flow from Wallius in all directions, but only encountered a single familiar. There will be more. And should even one make its way here, I doubt the walls could hold it back for long.
Then I shall stay. The Phoenix will see your people safe, tributary.
You have my thanks.
Very well. We should depart at once. I fear time may no longer be a luxury we can afford.
The Vare is not easy to find. We must first head north, and then west, deeper into the forest.
No sign of the child. Yes? Flawless. Till next time, then.
Just try...
Is everything all right?
Ah, you're the outsider. I'm Fannet, and this is Talor, one of my patients. He took ill not long after...
Nothing too serious,
I hope so too, but...
But...
This affliction, it's like nothing I've ever seen before. He complains of feeling chilled to the bone, but there's no fear. My most powerful antalgic hasn't done a thing to ease the pain in his... I'm starting to wonder if his condition might require a different kind of treatment altogether. Shula said that you were here to help us.
I'd be happy to. If I can.
You can. Don't worry. All I need you to do is speak to Talor's son, Pavat, over at the forge, and ask if he knows what his father was up to before he came down sick. Something must. The trouble is, Talor's too weak to speak, and I can't. So while you talk to Pavat, I'll pay his wife word a quick visit.
All right.
Oh,
I do. Though not from the forge. Fannet asked me to...
I see.
It's no trouble, really.
Not that I know of. But then I hardly see. Suppose he might have been a bit more...
When you say out and about, we're
Just round the village. Wanders over to Blazier's place most days. He's a fisher who lives on the other side of the fount. Maybe he knows...
Maybe.
Bastard things.
Oh, I never should have let him go alone. Ty, take me. What am I gonna do? You've got... Shula said you were a force to be reckoned with. Are you? Hey? Oh, sorry. I'm worried about a friend of mine. He went into the forest and he asked... Would you help me find him?
I can try.
Of course. You know about the glamour our ancestors cast to keep this place...
Shula told us about it.
Right. So you know the cairns we use to maintain the spell? Well, it's me and my friend's job. If it weren't for the likes of us, it would have faded years ago.
So your friend went into the forest to visit...
Aye, that's right. He said he was going down to Father's Fell. There are 2 cairns out that way, one by the banks of the Swift Run, and another near the Winged Wains, the, ships in the forest.
All right. How will I know this friend?
His name's Nassef. He's about my height. If you could track him down and see that he's come to no harm, I'd be...
Very well. One cairn by the ships, another by the river. Better get moving.
Hail, stranger.
Victor, by any chance?
I am.
Oh, I can smell it. And not just any stables. Something tells me you've never been one to ride half-starved birds with chine-gall and If I had a guess, I'd say your bird eats only the finest green.
Nothing but the best for my Ambrosia.
Ambrosia, eh? Pretty
Well, she's tall and strong.
You're joking.
I have, yes. I suppose they are rather rare.
This I've got to see. Can you bring her?
I would if I could, but I doubt Shula's skiff could hold her.
Me dad's got a boat. And he's very chockabuzz buff. It'd be perfect timing and all. He's prepared.
He would. Well, all right then.
He'll be in the storehouse on the other side of the brook. Tell him, man.
Before we turned east at the shipwrecks to reach the coast. Now we must head in the opposite direction.
Left it is then. Well, here's the cat. But no sign of... To the riverbank, then. Who have we here? I'm looking for a man named...
Aye, I know him. Takes care of the cans. Wait, what do you want with the lad, anyway?
Apparently he ventured... You're a hunter, yes? You must know the woods as well as anyone.
There's a bridge further down the path. Blasted thing got washed away a few moons back. But if I remember rightly, there is another cairn on the far side.
Maybe...
Don't mention it.
Let's hope so. This must be the bridge the hunter was talking about. hold on!
Oh, thank you.
I'm the tributary's guest. And you must be Nassef.
I am? But how do you know that?
Your friend Katav asked me to look for you when you didn't return.
I'm sorry. I was so focused on attuning the cairn, I didn't see those creatures coming till it was too late.
How exactly do they work?
Oh, there are crystals inside. They're what keeps the glamour going. Should the ether cease to flow through too many of them, our shroud would quickly unravel. It's my job to make sure that doesn't happen.
And an important job it is. But you'll struggle to do it if you're dead. You need to take more care.
Yeah, no arguments there. The truth is, me and Katav usually work together, watching each other's backs like. But when we heard outsiders were coming, we split up to get the job done faster, so things would be perfect for your arrival. Stupid, I know.
So you found him then?
Not before the local fauna did. My arrival seemed to put them off their dinner.
Expect you'll be one.
When you're next...
If you insist.
I thought I'd lost you.
But you saw to it that I was found.
Thank you.
Oh, it doesn't bear thinking about.
All that matters is that you're safe. Far be it from me to tell you how to do your jobs, but don't go alone again.
Oh, well, that's that
Or
one.
if we have to, maybe we should think it'd take us.
That's
Oh,
They would.
anyway.
I'm down for that. Is it just me or are there bats now? Kind of weird.
And what are you two drawing?
is a matter with which I would beg.
Of course, what is...
Please.
Something serious?
Yes. I was passing by the low gate when I saw a figure moving among the trees up on the cloak. At first, I thought it must have been you or your brother. But the more I think about it...
And you're sure it wasn't one of the...
Positive. I think it was someone from outside the wall. Of course, it could just be my imagination playing tricks, but if it is, who would you go and see?
Very well. Whether the man you saw is who you believe him to be or not, we need to know. It may yet be someone else entirely.
Perhaps. Just promise me...
Don't worry.
Thank you.
Yamila,
A customer?
I'll explain later.
If we pick too many of them...
Greetings, stranger.
Your name is Blazier, is it not? Pavad tells me you're a friend of his father's.
His illness. Talo's never been ill a day in his life.
Oh, Fanny doesn't know either. It was she who asked me to look into his recent...
Oh, I suppose there was. Did you see anything strange on your way back from the shore? Are you certain? Do you swear? That kind of thing. It was like he was expecting something to happen. It was just...
Well, that certainly does. And it might just be what Fanny is...
Ah, don't mention it. What?
Let's see what the healer makes of this.
Oh, ceaseless rill, guide thy bounty.
I spoke with word.
Nothing conclusive. Blazier, the fisherman, he kept asking him if he'd seen anything unusual there on his way back from...
The forest. Between... Surely not.
But...
I can't say for sure. But you may have encountered them during your time here. The Smalls.
And you think they may have cause to...
I do. At least in a way. And if I'm right, it's no wonder the treatments I've been trying... Oh, I know it's a lot to ask, but would you go down into Father's Fell for me? There's an altar there. And if my fears are true, an offering... Please. I'll explain everything when you return, but time flows fast. I beg you.
You one of the...
I am. Shula invited me.
I am.
She's asked to see my chocobo, but I'd need your help and your boat to bring it.
Or you could just say no. Honestly, that...
Well, truth be told, I didn't take the idea seriously at first. But thinking about it, it would make it easier to get around if I had Ambrosia here.
Well, if you're sure that's what you want. Still, if I don't take, I'll need you to bring us a mimic goat or two to keep her calm on the...
And, where...
Oh, don't ask me. It's been years since I last brought a chocobo across the bay, and I'm told the world's changed a fair bit since then.
Well, the man who made Ambrosia's tack lived in Martha's Rest, and if I remember correctly, he traded in chocobo feed too. So I suppose I'll go and ask him.
I'll be sailing over to Northreach soon to pick up some supplies. While I do that, you collect your bird and your gourd. Someone donated $5 from bastard things.
If there's one thing I know about beastmen, is that they love to hide in the dark. What are they up to? Some sort of ritual. Sorry to disturb you.
Thanks to the 15. Apparently I have all 5 and everything. Interesting. Yep.
A silver chain. I doubt the Tombries made it.
Be quiet. It's like I'm giving a little pat on the head. Give me. He wasn't randomized. There you go. Oh, that was just the reward for it. Never mind.
I did.
Yeah. I don't think there's anywhere to mark that off.
I knew it.
Well, I'm still...
Forgive me.
Won by men of the faith. What's it doing?
To understand that, you need to understand what the Tombries are. They feed on, and some say that if you render them an offering, some token of grievance against your fellow man, they will put a curse.
So you think someone's put a Tombry curse on Talor?
I can't say for sure. Truth be told, given his fear of the forest and the presence of the chain on the altar, I don't know what...
Does Talor have any enemies in the village?
No, I believe the one who left the chain at the altar was Talor himself. But there's more to the tale, you see. It's said that if you attempt to curse a soul that has returned to the sea already, your ire has nowhere to go but back to its...
You're saying he cursed himself?
In trying to curse another, aye.
When my father was younger, he was one of the few permitted to venture beyond the wall. He told us that when he journeyed to Sanbreque, he'd wear that chain to disguise his true beliefs, lest Grieger's faithful turn their cudgel.
Did they ever catch him in his deception?
Not that he ever told me.
Come now. Let's not waste time speculating about Talor's past.
All right.
Thank you.
Aye, and thanks for going to all this. We call it an adder stone. It's a gatherer's charm. Reacts to certain rare minerals we use in crafting. Makes them ring out like a bell. Stuff you'd have no chance of spotting otherwise. If you find anything, see that you bring it.
I am, thank you.
I can't remember where they all are, but I know there's a bunch. Isn't there like one here? Yeah. And there's one in one of these spots as well. Yeah, there he is. use the rolling mechanism in Breath of the Wild. I mean, they have sprinting in Breath of the Wild rather than rolling, which I think is a little bit easier to control overall. It's a positive change. Yeah, Gerd is the shiny Electrode we're looking for on Wednesdays in the shiny only Pokemon challenge. I don't trust this one.
What is it you want?
There's a chest here. Where's the chest? I do not see a chest. Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. I see where the chest is. Where the stick's at? Where is the stick? There's the stick, okay. I see it. Yep. Okay, if they had Breath of the Wild, they call it a Dark Souls thing, yeah. Index Hell, thanks for the fun. Actually, that would be really cool having... nice. Having sort of more Dark Souls...
A good tide to you.
Breath of the Wild, too. I'd be down for that. That would be really fun. That would be fun, but Index, I'll thank you for the 5. Appreciate it.
A bottle. Breath of the Arbor. Perfume. Who's there? Stop! No! No! Hang on! I'm coming!
Don't eat me! I'll give you gut rot, I swear!
Stand back. I'll handle this. Stay down!
Wait, this is the boss key room. Okay. Okay, let's get that chest. I think we can... Yeah, we can, okay.
Are you all right?
Would you look at that?
I'm more than all right.
Maybe you should introduce yourself.
Hervey! I knew it was you.
I came to see you. Oh!
Thank you.
Who is he?
Hervey. One of many clients from my employment beyond the wall.
One of many clients? We spoke every night of our plan, and then you upped and vanished without so much as...
I left you a note, didn't I? I told you I was sorry, but that we could never be together. That I could... And I told you not to look for me.
The flame of your love was as a beacon in the night that guided me.
Hervey.
I literally jumped on it. There's another chest.
I was walking by the coast near Northreach when I saw a lady who looked like you. Eyes like the ocean. The next moment, she and her companions were jumping in a skiff and sailing out towards the wave. So I,
It must have been Shula bringing us here. So what? You rode, founder knows how many leagues across the bay, simply because you saw a woman with white hair.
And as I did, the skies changed from a dull and hopeless grey. That was when I knew for certain that my...
Oh, why did you come? You should have forgotten me. I cannot leave my people, Hervé. We must return...
I'm to meet your family.
Please. But first, follow me, Hervé.
Congrats, you're dead.
Ah.
Flies in, get another chest, and I bet this is the compass. We need an item tracker, sir.
You should never have found this place. How could I be so careless?
That chest is supposed to be a person? Well, turns out they're not a person. Turns out they're a chest with a treasure chart inside of them. Okay, but like, where is the... How are you supposed to get out of here?
Forgive.
There's nothing to forgive. You two met at the Vale.
When I worked there, yes. To earn the coin that my people... And for that reason, some of us seek employment beyond the wall. Yet few are the opportunities for followers of a strange faith in a strange land.
And so you supported your family as best.
I did. And I also... But our love could never be. I knew that if I revealed my secret to him, I would be putting my people in danger.
What will happen to him?
Since our people settled in Mysidia, uninvited visitors have been few and far between.
I see.
That was before my time, you understand. I've never had to make a decision. Yamila, know that I do not blame you for any of this. It was me who decided to make the trip to shore. This was my mistake, and I shall bear.
Thank you, tributary. I only hope... I
will take that into consideration. But yours is not the only voice I must listen to. The whole family must be...
Of course. Come what may, I thank you, my lord, for bringing us...
That's what you guys break the bridge. I don't need to. Alright, another chest. This would be the compass then? Okay. Now we'll check the map and see if we got everything. We missed a single chest on the second floor. Alright, well, we'll go grab that chest and find the mountain. Let's do that. Have you ever done a normal playthrough of this game? Yeah. Chest. Over there. So just sitting there?
Inn's full. Don't bother.
I remember you. You're the one who saved Whiteheart.
She's very well. Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me. Anyway, what brings you to the rest?
I was hoping to purchase, and I thought you might be able to tell me where I could find one.
Oh, reckon I could do better than that. Just so happens, I've got a whole carload of them.
Really?
Aye, you'd be doing me a favor taking a few off my hands before they turn to mush. But just be on the lookout for wild birds, eh? Don't want them chasing after you like they did me.
I will. And thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. And in times like these...
We certainly did. Northridge, then. Wouldn't want to keep Mander's father waiting.
Apparently that hurt me to do that. Interesting. Let's go. Okay. Awesome. Well, that useless shortcut has now been unlocked. chest, which is apparently just right here. Oh, no, I should probably keep that on. Oh, you can't drop them like in Breath of the Wild. Alright, I guess there's a chest there. Jeez.
The garrison said they take another 100.
And how might I help the garrison today?
There were 2 pots. I'm wondering if there's 2 pots at the start. We got some rupees. We got everything we need to defeat the dungeon, I think, now.
Those things didn't fight like that.
Ah, very nice. Let's go fight the bots now, which I still don't know how to do. I can't remember how to do, but we're gonna give it a go. Gonna give it an honest to goodness try. And I think that was it.
Ah, there you are.
Oh, okay, maybe it's...
And this must be Ambrosia, was it? Oh, she's a real beauty, isn't she?
I have the mimic or two. Yeah.
Well, I imagine we're supposed to... Okay, or just take the hit. I'm in the middle of something, please. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, it hurts, don't it? It won't let me open the menu. Oh, it's because of the cutscene. That's cool. Is he okay? Ow! How do you dodge that? I feel like beating this game damageless would not be fun. Alright, don't bother looking at the direction I want you to go. That's cool. And goal, wasn't it also on Wii U? The HD version was on Wii U, yes. We're chill. We're fine. One more. What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, looks like we're getting hit. Stick your tail through. Let's go. We didn't get hit. Okay. Oh, no, thanks for the stuff. Good. Breaking it open now?
Thank you kindly. Soon as she's gobbled this up, we'll set sail.
We're going to...
Or is that just the start of the fight, Don? Oh, he's taking a power nap now. Okay. Take a nap. Thank you, sir. Take a nap. Take a nap. Easy boss fight.
Well, we made it.
Easy.
She is as white as snow.
Brave, too. She was calm as you... The mimic gourd will have played its part, of course, but passing through the walls enough to spook most birds even then. Not this one, though.
Ambrosia's been through a lot. I doubt there's much that could unnerve it.
Not with a beloved master by her side.
And what item did we get
No.
for defeating the boss? I didn't
It's you who looks after me, isn't it, girl?
Hopefully it's something good.
Anyway, thank.
And if you and Ambrosia need ferrying back to Northreach...
Thank you.
Strong.
But I think we might explore Mysidia together.
Lovely.
What do you say, Ambrosia?
Treasure chart 5. Just what I wanted. Thanks so much. Well, that's that dungeon done. What else do we do now? Let's do this, which is... What is this area? What is that? This berg is very big. I'll fix those. Could take your fortress. Forbidden fortress. Top left. Alright, let's go bless this.
Come on.
Yeah!
There's a large gate up ahead, and beyond it, a cluster of ancient ruins. The temple, or the Heir of Hours as my people call it, can only be reached by passing through them. The forest is crawling with life, most of it hungry, which is why we make sure this gate stays shut.
And why you carry that impressive-looking axe, I presume.
Noticed her, have you?
The temple is up there.
Don't worry. Those cliffs aren't the only way to the top.
This is the mineral Pavar was talking about. The one that rings out like a bell. Guess we're all ready.
Are these the ruins?
Yes. As far as we can tell, they're part of the same complex as the temple itself.
To think of all the people who must once have lived here.
I'm getting so turned around.